right, so we will be wrapping up our money unit early next week, and we spent some time today going over all of the skills that we have kind of been working on. I wanted to work this extra practice sheet for you, which the kids did in class today, so that you could see exactly how we've been teaching the skills and what is kind of expected of them. So at the top of the page, they were given 2 amounts of coins and had to write the value of the coins in the blanks. So there were 2 ways that we've talked about doing this. The first way, which a lot of the kids find easy, is by giving them hairs. And we had talked about hairy money. Each hair represents 5 cents. So my quarters would each get 5 hairs. My dimes get 2 for 10 cents. And my nickel just gets 1. And then if I had pennies, they're bold. So then they have their hairs, and we can just go through and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, $1. So they would need to either write $1 or they could have written 100 cents. Both would be acceptable. And it is important that they're adding their signs. If they use the dollars, that they're showing a dollar sign, or they have a cent sign. The other way we talked about was putting the value in the coins. So my quarter is worth 25 cents, my nickel is worth 5 cents, and my penny is worth 1. And then I could count it. So I'll have 25 cents, 5 more would bring me to 30 cents, 1 more would bring me to 31 cents. So my coin value here would be 31 cents. We also had some bills, and so we had $1 bills. They could count by ones. 1, 2, 3. So I would have $3. And then we have 5s, and we could count by 5s. And again, they could write it underneath: $5, $10, $15, $20, $30. Oh, sorry, $25. Then we get into, they had to show amounts of money 2 different ways. Now, I'm going to just give you 2 ways. There are many, many different ways, and as long as it adds up correctly, I'm perfectly fine with whatever they show me. So I also showed them 2 ways to make coins, or draw coins. So to make 24 cents, one way I could do it is they draw their coin, and then they can put just the first initial. So dime, dime, penny, 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 and that would represent 24 cents. The other way I told them was that they could draw circles and put the coin value inside. So for pennies, they could be 1. Now, the other thing I have also told them is we don't need to be drawing, 24 circles to represent 24 pennies. And I'm proud of them for understanding that 24 pennies would make 24 cents. However, we don't need to spend time drawing 24 circles and writing that they're pennies. That gets very cluttered in the box and confusing to look at. So I told them they could easily write 24 times the penny or the 1 cent coin. That way, I know that they understand they would need 24 of those coins, and kind of talked about a little bit of multiplication, which they'll hit in 3rd grade. So then they had the next part, they have to draw dollars. And I told them that I should be able to tell a difference between my circles and my rectangles. So for $40, I could do 2 $20 bills. I could do, and again, there's many combinations, or I could do for $10 bills, just anything to get me to $40. Then we got into some word problems, and I reminded them to take a bite out of it to help them break down their word problems and understand what it's asking. So Sarah was given $50 for her monthly allowance. She spent $18 at the movies and $20 on a new pair of shoes. How much money does Sarah have left? So she started with $50, and I can take away that she spent $18 to start with. Well, when I start to work it, I have 0, cannot take away 8. So my 5 goes down to 4, my 0 goes up to 10. 10 minus 8 will be 2, and 4 minus 1 equals 3. So she's at $32. However, she then spent $20 on a new pair of shoes. So we'll take that 32 and subtract $20 more. 2 minus 0 equals 2. 3 minus 2 leaves me with 1. So she was left with $12. And I highly encourage them usually to check it and add it back and make sure that 12 and 18 and 20 do add up to 50 again. But for the sake of time, I'm going to skip that step here. And the next one, Giorgio has 3 quarters, 2 nickels, 8 pennies. He bought a gumball for 25 cents from the gumball machine. How much money, and there's a typo, does he have left? So he had 3 quarters, 2 nickels, 8 pennies. He bought a gumball for 25 cents. How much does he have left? So there's 2 ways they could do this. They could draw a picture of the coins. And we've talked about pictures of money is very simple. Helps with that visual. And they can actually see it. So we have this amount of money, but then he goes and buys a gumball for 25 cents. Well, I know that a quarter is worth 25 cents. So I can take away my quarter because he spent it. It's no longer there. Well, then how much does he have left? Well, I can add that up. So a quarter is going to be 25 cents. Another quarter brings me to 50. A nickel brings me to 55 cents. Another nickel brings me to 60 cents. And then I can count on with my pennies. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68 cents. And we have to have that cent sign. Then we had in Alex's piggy bank, he had 1 quarter, 4 dimes, and a nickel. His dad gave him 3 more nickels. How much money is in his piggy bank now? And so the other way that we've talked about we can add money is to kind of make a list. So he had 1 quarter, which is equal to 25 cents. He had 4 dimes, which is equal to 40 cents. And he had 1 nickel, which is equal to 5 cents. But then his dad gave him 3 more nickels. And 3 more nickels is going to add 15 cents. So how much does he have? I can add it down. 5 plus 0 plus 5 plus 5 is going to be 15. Carry my 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 4 more makes 7. 1 more makes 8. So he would have 85 cents. And they could have drawn a picture just as well. Whatever strategy works best for them, I'm perfectly happy with as long as we can get to the correct answer. And then the last one was that Tina had $13. She did some chores, and her mom gave her $25. How much money does Tina have now? So she had $13. Mom gave her $25. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So Tina now has $38. I hope this helps to better explain what the kids will be expected to do and kind of how we have taught them these skills. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.